All right, folks, check this out. Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene's feud continues, and this time it's getting really nasty, even worse than before. And this new blow-up between the two really stems from Marjorie Taylor Greene's recent 60 Minutes interview that aired last night. And in this interview, she dropped bombshells on her relationship with Donald Trump and Donald Trump himself, and he's not happy about that. He's now demanding an apology from Marjorie Taylor Greene and from 60 Minutes and from CBS and Paramount and whatnot. It is absolutely insane. So we're going to get into all of this, and then later we're going to look at Marjorie Taylor Greene's response from her official congressional account, which I think you'll find interesting. But before we do any of that, make sure to subscribe down below, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And without further ado, let's get into the statement that Donald Trump put out about Marjorie Taylor Greene at 9:25 in the morning today. He woke up angry again. He said, and I quote, "The only reason Marjorie Taylor Brown," he's still running with this pretty terrible nickname, "Greene turns to Brown under stress when bad is that she was jilted by the President of the United States. Certainly not the first time she's been jilted." That sentence struck me as very strange. If I'm being just honest with you, I want to know what he means by jilted. But regardless, too much work, not enough time, and her ideas are now really bad. She sort of reminds me of a rotten apple. Marjorie is not America or America First or MAGA because nobody could have changed her views so fast, and her new views are those of a very dumb person. I just want to remind people that Marjorie Taylor Greene still largely agrees with Donald Trump. So he's calling himself stupid. He just doesn't realize that because he's stupid. That was proven last night when washed-up, Trump-hating 60 Minutes correspondent Lesley Stahl, who still owes me an apology from when she attacked me on the show with serious conviction that Hunter Biden's laptop from hell was produced by Russia, not Hunter himself, totally proven wrong. He is still thinking about the Biden family. He has Biden derangement syndrome, interviewed a poorly prepared traitor who in her confusion made many really stupid statements. My real problem with the show, however, wasn't the low IQ traitor. It was that the new ownership of 60 Minutes, Paramount, would allow a show like this to air. They are no better than the old ownership who just paid me millions of dollars for fake reporting about your favorite president. Since they bought it, 60 Minutes has actually gotten worse. Oh well, far worse things can happen. I hereby demand a complete and total apology, though far too late to be meaningful, from Lesley Stahl and 60 Minutes for her incorrect and libelous statements about Hunter Biden's laptop. So, I mean, there's so much misinformation, so much insanity in this statement. But first and foremost, he is still focusing on Marjorie Taylor Greene, still going after her. And this is the guy that claims to care about the First Amendment, and he's attacking 60 Minutes and Marjorie Taylor Greene for exercising their First Amendment. But in addition to that, I thought this ending was interesting where he brings up Paramount, because if you've been paying attention to the news recently, you saw that Netflix is trying to buy Warner Brothers and everything that comes with that, HBO Max as well, for example. But Paramount, the company that has already bent the knee to Donald Trump, is trying to make a late bid to buy Warner Brothers instead of Netflix. And that, of course, would require some regulatory approval from who else? Donald Trump and his administration. So it seems like Donald Trump is saying he's going to go with Netflix, who he already said they can have the deal. And Paramount is not going to have their bid go through. And even if it does, his administration is going to stand in the way because, according to him, they're no better than the old ownership. And he's not going to let that slide. There's so much corruption in the Trump regime that even in a statement like this, you can find something significant like that little tidbit there. But nonetheless, he's attacking 60 Minutes. He's attacking Lesley Stahl. He's attacking Marjorie Taylor Greene. And again, it's because of this interview. It's because of what she said. And I want to give you a quick rundown and a breakdown of what she said. Quote, "Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene has revealed alarming details of a message Trump sent her after she alerted the president about death threats to her son. Greene shared details of her falling out with Trump on Sunday's 60 Minutes episode. During the interview with Lesley Stahl, Greene shared the consequences of Trump's comments, labeling her Marjorie Taylor Greene after she spoke out against him on issues including the Epstein files. Quote, "After Donald Trump called me a traitor, I got a pipe bomb threat on my house," Greene told Stahl. "And then I got several direct threats to my son. Now, I said this in a video recently. Marjorie Taylor Greene does not deserve threats like this. Nobody does in politics, even if I disagree with them, even if we disagree with them. But I do want to provide some context, which is she doesn't deserve these threats, but this is the exact kind of political environment that Marjorie Taylor Greene has stood up for many, 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 many years. Donald Trump has gone after people and gotten them death threats. You can pick a million different people that Donald Trump has done this to, and they've had the same result. And now Marjorie Taylor Greene is on the other end of it, and now she decides to speak out. What about the other people who Donald Trump has targeted? What about the other lives that Donald Trump has ruined? Marjorie Taylor Greene was silent for that. So while Marjorie Taylor Greene does not deserve these threats, I am completely not bought into her awakening, her transformation that suddenly she's just common sense. I know some people are. I would highly advise against that. She is still Looney Tunes. Greene confirmed the subject line for the direct threat on her and her son read Marjorie Taylor Greene. She said those were death threats directly fueled by Trump. The once loyal Trump supporter admitted that after these threats, she contacted both J.D. Vance and Trump himself. Greene said Vance replied by saying, "We'll look into it," and added that she got a response from Trump that wasn't very nice. She said she preferred to keep the exact conversation private. When pushed by Stahl, Greene expanded by saying one of the messages from Trump was extremely unkind. Why would she expect anything else? I'm just so baffled that Marjorie Taylor Greene thought that Donald Trump was suddenly going to care for her. The one rule that everybody should understand about Donald Trump is that he doesn't care about anybody else except himself. So when it comes to Marjorie Taylor Greene getting threats, he couldn't care less. If it doesn't impact him and his political prospects and his money and his business and whatever, his family, or maybe his family, I don't even count them, honestly. If it doesn't impact his political prospects and whatnot, he will not care. He will not do anything about it. And I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is finally learning that, but albeit learning it the hard way. During the interview, Greene also claimed she has Republican colleagues who ridicule Trump in private, but would be too terrified to say anything in public. Quote, "I watched many of my colleagues go from making fun of him, making fun of how he talks, making fun of me for constantly supporting him to when he won the primary in 2024, they all started, excuse my language, Leslie, kissing his ass and decided to put on a MAGA hat for the first time." And of course, this was her first major interview since announcing her retirement. And she said in that video, she announced it, "I have too much self-respect and dignity, love my family way too much to put myself through that." She went against the administration's talking points again on Sunday by refuting Trump's claim that affordability is a Democrat hoax. She also discussed her problems with Trump's international agenda rather than fixing issues at home. For an America First president, the number one focus should have been domestic policy, and it wasn't. And that brings us to Marjorie Taylor Greene's response to the statement that Donald Trump put out. It was posted by the Rapid Response 47 account on Twitter. And Marjorie Taylor Greene posted this response, which went incredibly viral, 4.6 million views, 70,000 likes. And she says, "I am America First," referencing Donald Trump saying that she's not America First. And then she said, "Thanks for your attention to this matter, signed MTG." Of course, she's making fun of Donald Trump there. And she included these two graphics from the AIPAC tracker account that shows that she's received $0 from AIPAC and any groups like it. And Donald Trump, on the other hand, has received $230 million from groups like AIPAC and whatnot. And so she's really hitting Donald Trump on this idea that he's not serving America and he's serving these other countries. And that's why I say at the beginning of this video that their feud is getting really nasty. I mean, you know, I think a lot of people thought it would stop at their individual statements, that Trump would just call her a traitor, yada, yada, and then they'd make up eventually. I don't think there's any coming back from this one. And they're really going for some low blows here. And I'm not complaining, by the way. I have my popcorn. I'm sitting back. I'm watching it all take place. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying watching MAGA fall apart, but they're really falling apart. So look, I will leave the video there. I just had to cover Donald Trump's statement, his demand for an apology and everything like that. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe down below. Drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.